Hey everyone, and welcome back to Optimize Evony. I wanted to give you guys a quick video. It seems like Evony is actually trying to maybe get some feedback again. Um, they just had the developer meetings with, the group of selected players, but it seems like they're trying to basically get some more feedback from other people. I don't know if this is basically because they think that the people that were in that call are just not the right people, not who they're looking to attract, not who they're looking to retain, whatever, or if they think that people in that room are too jaded already, or they're going to be quitting anyways. C1 doesn't make enough money. Whatever the reason is, uh, they've released this survey, and it seems like the survey is maybe only given to a random set of people. I actually got it on one of my alts, um, and I clicked into it, just curious what they were actually going to be asking about, because usually it's like really dumb things like, oh, like which decoration do you care about most? Do you care about having a March effect? Do you care about, improving the name of a particular general, or, you know, like, do you want to have a Pokemon in Evony? Like, just dumb things that no one who seriously plays the game really cares about. When we're really concerned about the important things. So let's go through and look through the survey that they're giving. Have you ever faced any of the following problems? I'll stop you right there. Probably every single one of these we've all faced, but I'm going to basically pick the top two. So I would say leg number one, of course. I don't think you've played this game for very long if you haven't had some sort of leg. And sometimes it's like it's super predictable. Like every single server reset, there's like 30 seconds to a minute of lag that happens. So I would recommend, if you don't know this, to never be out and about attacking things or on the other server during server versus server or anything like that where you're kind of in danger right when server reset happens, because there's a chance that you're going to get the red screen of death, as we all call leg, and you're not going to be able to get back into the game, and you might get zeroed. So don't don't just a word of wisdom, don't try and do anything crazy right before reset. So that's kind of the first one. Of course, lag. And then I'll also say March or battle result is unnormal. I would say this is probably mostly for me for the lag in terms of like March lag, um, where it kind of sticks at zero. That's just not right. That's not a normal aspect of this game. You can't speed it anymore at that point. You're just stuck there. And then I guess I would also say battle result is abnormal. Like 20 billion keeps getting zeroed in one hit. Even people who have subs, are losing just too much. And I would say this is more the battle result is just not what it should be, even though they'll say that it's correct. And then, all of these things are probably things that a number of you have actually, faced multiple times. My favorite thing is that they put in parentheses here, we will try our best to fix it. Really? Are you really going to try your best to fix it? Like, they know these things are affecting people. They have CS. They have, well, I mean, they don't have CS, but they have, people who try and deflect customer problems, and of course they're taking metrics on those and stuff like that. They have the developer meeting. They have, just they have lots of ways of getting feedback. This survey is not how they're looking to get feedback. So I don't know what they're trying to do with this, but we will try our best to fix it. Yeah, right. I'll see that when I'm when it actually happens. Your how you rate gameplay in Evony. Well, I would say I used to be, satisfied to very satisfied. It was challenging, but yet there was enough skill and stuff in it. But honestly, the skill in the game, the fun in the game has been getting sucked out of it. So I would say, honestly, closer to two or three. We'll say two. We'll try and send a message. Why are you dissatisfied with the gameplay? Top answer, I'm satisfied with the gameplay. I hope nobody who takes the survey selects that because that's just dumb. Um, High requirements for alliance teamwork. I actually think that's one of the better things in this game. It's really annoying when you don't have a good alliance or if you don't have uh, good teammates to play with. But I think that's one of the things that makes this game fun is being able to build your teammates, build your alliance, and not have everything just be based on you. Where like you need to coordinate, you need to, it's a lot more real world and fun, and it makes you get into these relationships with your players, and you're able to develop a community around the game, which is in my opinion the best thing about the game. uh, you know, I think there's, as if you watch Freedom's video or anything like that, yeah, these relationships are only going to be really for the game for the most part, but that doesn't mean that you're not having fun while you're doing it with these people. So, I think that's actually a good thing. High repetition is boring. Yeah, farming is boring. Yeah, setting boss after boss is boring. It kills too much time. So I will say it definitely kills too much time. If you're not a coiner, you have to spend a lot of time on the game. That's just it. Schedule events is unjustified. Honestly, that's not a big thing for me. Rewards are not good enough. Rewards could always be better, but my feeling about rewards is that the more that they increase the rewards, the more that people are just everything just keeps getting inflated. So, whatever, the rewards are what they are, that's fine. Gameplay is complicated and the rules are not clear. Yeah, a little bit of that, but I, honestly, if they spelled absolutely everything out, I think it would not be super super great. So, um, lack of opportunity to participate in other events. So this is interesting. Okay. So there's nothing here about the gap widening between uh, kind of the mega coiners and the normal people or normal coiners. So I'll put something like gap between mega coiners and uh, I'll even say this. Gap between mega coiners and coiners is too big. Since I know if I say free to play, they won't care about that at all. Okay, art design and Ebony, I honestly don't care. It whatever. I honestly I don't think the art design is amazing in Ebony. I think there is some work to be done there, but I don't care about that in comparison to everything else. Which optimization would you like to see in Ebony? Improve customer support, of course. And I guess I'll say uh, Civ gear for from bosses. I know they've pretty much said that that's not happening, but I'll say it again here. Why do your friends in the game choose to leave the game? Some of these questions are worded kind of awkwardly. None of my friends leave the game. Of course, anyone who's played this game for a reasonable amount of time has had friends leave the game. Boring gameplay and high repetition. And then the main thing is the huge gap between players and the terrible game balance. So that's huge. And then I would say encountered game or glitch, dissatisfaction with okay, you can only do three. So whatever, I'll do that as okay. Double down, I don't really care. And have I joined an alliance? Of course I've joined an alliance. Like these are the questions that they're asking on a survey that they developed. Have you joined an alliance? If you haven't joined an alliance, honestly, if there's anyone in on this channel that has not joined an alliance, please join an alliance. That's something that you really should be doing like the first day you play. Uh, you can't really get anywhere without an alliance unless you're spending a ton of money. And even if you are, you have to have an alliance. Even if it's just you and the alliance, you can't play Battlefield or you can't do any of the important things if you're not in an alliance. So that's just a dumb question. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of show you what kind of things they're asking. And again, I really question whether they're going to use anything from this. If you do get this, please do fill it out and please highlight the huge gap between players and the terrible game balance because that is, in my opinion, the single worst thing in the game right now. Like tonight in Battlefield, we had a really decently built keep that was like 2.6 billion power gets zeroed in a single ground hit. Full, I mean that account has tons of calves. The calves didn't do any protection, nothing like that. The buffs aren't great, but they're not awful. That it has 9 subs, has debuff, it used to be a really good account before some of these updates came out, and all of a sudden today it's getting zeroed in a single solo. That's just absurd. And so that's why people are quitting because it's not like they're not getting to their goals. It's that they're actually getting further away from their goals. What they had already and they're continuing to work on things, but they're getting further away from their goals as they continue to work on things, not closer. Like I mentioned that I took a rally 2 All-Stars ago and won and was able to take basically 2 rallies before I was zeroed. But then last All-Stars I had put on like 4 or 5 billion power since the All-Stars before that. It was a similar, size of rally, but I lost in a single rally. And that's just like absurd. I made way more progress, but everyone else made way more progress than I did. So essentially, I went backwards in that. So uh, definitely, please, 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 if you do get this survey and you do choose to fill it out, um, highlight this huge gap between players and the terrible game balance. I, I hope that they're gonna listen to this. I am not very confident on that. Nothing that they've done has shown that they're actually willing to listen to any players that actually care about the game. But all we can do is keep telling them this and try not to reinforce bad behavior from the company by continuing to buy, you know, Civ gear that's coming out and that's worse than Civ gear that came out already, and they're just trying to milk milk the players for all the money that they're willing to spend. So if if you're not spending quite as much, they're gonna reevaluate things and see what's going on. I know a lot of bigger players are starting to leave, and this is the reason why. So please fill out the survey if you do get the option to, so that Evony does know that pretty much everyone is concerned about the same things, from free to play players to mega coiners. Everyone is concerned about this imbalance in the game. Like, yeah, everyone wants to be the best. Everyone wants to be able to, you know, kill all the other keeps and stuff like that. But, when you're able to just press one button for any size keep and come out positive and attack it and zero it, pretty easily. There's no skill in the game. It's not fun, you know. And then they still have alliance members who are presumably not mega coiners, and they're going to be vulnerable to the same kind of thing. So it really helps everyone, and it's not it's something that all levels of coining wants. So please fill out the survey. Um, yeah, hopefully Ebony fixes some of it, releases it some releases some way to balance the game, because it's just so unbalanced right now, and it's just really starting to get not very fun. But thanks for watching, everyone. Tomorrow, actually, we'll see the next kind of big thing, the new sub slot get auctioned off, and we'll see how much that goes for. Let's see if it cracks 500 million gems or a billion gems or whatever it is. Uh, and let's see which coiner is going to get that. Congrats to them in advance, but that's just another thing that's furthering the gap in this game. So uh, thanks for watching. As always, please like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton, and I'll see you in the next video.